Hi guys, we're back again with another video. So on this video, guys, as usual, I'll be just going through a market overview, a market outlook, if you want to call it, right? So yeah, that's what we'll be basically doing because I saw some nice clean chart. So I thought that, you know what, it's been a while. So let me just get into the video and press the record button, right? So if you want to request any pay or any type of video that you would like me to do, just drop down the comment in the comment section, right? Also, guys, please just do me a favor. When you're done, if you watched up until the end, if you're still liking and enjoying these videos, just give it a thumbs up, and also do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, right? But without any further waste of time, right? Let's not waste time, guys, because we've got load shedding, in this country. So some good use of time in internet is very, very important. So I'm going to be starting with the euro versus the pound, which is euro GBP, right? So I'm currently on the 4-hour time frame, but I'm going to go to the daily time frame so that we can get to understand what type of trend that are we in. Now we're trending to the upside, consolidating, or to the downside, right? So I'll be also just going down to these following pairs on my right. If you can check them out, let me see if you can check them out on my right. What's up? Yeah, get JPY, GBPAUD, EURCHF, GBPNZD, AUDJPY, GBP Swiss, and odd Swiss franc. So as you can see, it's strictly just currency pairs, right? So yeah, let's get into it. So currently, like I said, I am on a daily time frame, right? I'm on the 4-hour currently, but I'm just gonna quickly switch to the daily time frame. Right, so we're currently on a daily time frame, right? So remember, guys, it's important to be zoomed out so that you can get to see the price at its purest form. So as I can see that, okay, currently here the market is in a consolidation of some sort, right? But are we going to actually work with that currently? No, because it's always going to take a lot of time before the market can actually reach this support level on the daily time frame. Okay, so that's the first thing, right? But now we need to forget about this and focus on the current price, because it's the current price that's going to give us an indication as to what is it that the market is most likely to do, right? So what I see here, I see that, okay, we do have some sort of a middle level over here that the market has been respecting in the past. I don't know if you guys can see it clearly, but that's the point at which the market has been respecting for a very, very long time now. So as you can see, it's been playing a support, broke below, and then all of that stuff, right? So that is what I will be focusing on. We can also have a trend line from that perspective, or just like that, right? Which is going to help us understand what is it that the market is trying to do here, okay? So which is impulse move, so in a version of a correction. So what I want you to understand, guys, like as we know basically that after every impulse move, we get a correction and then the next impulse. But sometimes we need to respect this part of the price, because for as long as we have not yet broken out of that pattern, we're still inside a mini bullish trend. As a result, at support levels and key levels, we'll be looking for buys unless market end up breaking that supporting trend line and also that resisting trend line at that point of intersection. Okay, so now let's dig deeper to the 4-hour time frame so that we can get to understand and see the price much more clearer than we see it now, right? So I can also see there that, okay, we have this impulse movement correction. So now that we have built this ascending channel, we're gonna go inside it so that we can get to understand what is the price doing inside it, right? So let's quickly go now to the 4-hour time frame. So now that we have switched to the 4-hour time frame, right, we can clearly see that we are in this ascending channel, right? And now this level that I highlighted on the daily time frame is now coming to fruition, right? So now if we can just adjust it maybe a little bit like this, because there are two ways that now we have to look at this. So yeah, so we have this bigger overall structure, meaning that if the market is not necessarily going to go to the upside, the result of it being a sell, it could be that it will be just retesting there before it can actually sell off to the downside, right? But if we cater for it from this point of view, then you'd expect that Euro GBP is going to go to the upside because, or as a result of this impulse move, correction, then continuation, right? So that is the two outlooks that I have here. But for now, I'm just going to delete this just to have clean charts so that we don't end up confusing ourselves. All right. So now we can just quickly zoom in there. Right. So I'm just going to delete that as well. All right, guys. So now that we're done with this, we can just adjust the trend lines like that. And also adjust this one at the bottom. All right. So yeah, we've done that. Meaning that 1, 2, we've got a third touch over there. First, second, and anticipated the third touch at the top. So another key important thing, guys, when you go to your lower time frames, when you understand what is it that you see on the higher time frame, which is your trend, then when you go to the lower time frames, that is where you look for entries and your patterns. So try not to make it confusing. Just look for small details that will end up having the most results, if you get what I'm trying to say here. So as you can see, again, we have this descending channel, which usually acts as a reversal pattern, right? Because now, seeing that the market is behaving like this, if it ends up going to the upside, then it will be warranted by this small portion of a correction. Because remember, in my past videos, like I said, that when the market is approaching a strong or key level in a corrective manner, the more likely that is going to reverse, right? So that is what I'm trying to explain here. So now we can now zoom in so that we can get to see how will that happen, or how can we materialize on that, all right? So this is what is going on here. And if we just fix it a little bit like that, then it becomes much more clearer now. So as you can see already, the market has rejected here in a reversal pattern, which is an inverse head and shoulder. As you can see, left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. So now we need to look left so that we can understand if isn't there another minor level at which the market might retest to before it can actually go to the upside, if it is going to end up doing exactly just that, right? And another mini level that we have over there is there, which is where we're most likely going to get the third touch off of this trend line, right? So I'm just going to erase it quickly now. So what is it that I'm expecting on Euro GBP? So if Euro GBP is to go to the upside as per my analysis, then it's just simple. We're just waiting for breakout. So already broken out. So maybe a little bit of a retest here and a continuation to the upside. So that is what I'll be looking out for on Euro GBP. It's just simple like that, guys, which is approaching this level in a corrective manner. Right, we are inside this bearish flag, and then we have already gave signs of a reversal here, which already has occurred in a sense of an inverse head and shoulder. So a breakout retest goes higher high, higher low, higher high. So we can just print maybe a higher low over there before the market can actually go to the upside. And then again, we still have a pattern here inside the pattern. So it would not be a surprise if the market ends up pulling through to the upside. So that is what I basically see on Euro GBP. So now let's just move on to the next P, which is CAD JPY, right? So we are currently on CAD JPY, and then again, I'm going to start on the daily time frame, right? Because I have to, all right? So now that we're on the daily time frame, again, don't forget to zoom out so that you can get to see the price on a clearer point of view. So as you can see, we have that high over there. We also have that one over there, all right? So this is what is going on here, and also this kind of a low, right? So as you can see, we also have this ascending channel here as well. And then also that touch over there, right? So now we can just quickly go to the 4-hour time frame so that we can dig deeper into what is it that is going on there, right? So another thing, when you go to the 4-hour, guys, you start looking for entries. You still want to understand what is going on inside this pattern or playground that you have built for yourself, right? So now we're gonna go inside, because as you can see, we have these multiple touches, and every time when the market reaches this trend line, it actually set off to the downside. So as I can also see again here, we have a first touch, second, so we have an anticipated third touch here, because long term it just looks like CAD JPY is sure looking to be a bullish, has bullish momentum, because we have not yet reached that high. But it's not just going to swiftly go to that side, which is in a linear fashion. It will give us some corrections, downs and ups, before it can actually arrive to the final destination. So we need to look at what is going to happen short term, and also what is it that is happening short long term, right? So as you can see, we have reached the top of that trend line, all right? And then we also have some minor level there, which is, guys, it's always important to look left, because as you can see, we have that touch over there, which is the second one over there. So even if CAD JPY in a long run is going to be a buy, as you can see, short term we might have the sells here, or even furthermore to the downside, depending on what will happen. The market decides, we do not decide, right? So if I can just cater for the price right now, which is in this sense, then this is what we could possibly do, right? So we can just dig deeper now to what's going on here. So remember, guys, like I said, when you are approaching a key level, look at how the market is approaching that level. Is it going into that level in a corrective manner or in an impulsive manner? Because as you can see, if you look at this portion, usually in the market, we have this is what we usually have, which is an impulse move, a correction, and then the continuation to the downside. All right. But now, what is it that is going on? We have an ascending channel here that usually plays out as a reversal. And let's now understand some important element, guys, that I feel like a lot of people miss. You need to understand the higher highs and higher lows, right? Because trends are a result of higher highs and higher lows and lower highs, right? So now that we're here, look at this. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So this is a higher low. So now currently that is a higher high. So what is most likely to happen next is for the market to give us another higher low over there for a third touch of this supporting trend line. Do you all get what I'm trying to say here? So that is what is going on here. So another important thing, guys, if you're still watching, you're still here, please just hit that like button and that subscription button if you haven't. But for now, let's continue. All right. So first and second and third touch. So if the market is to sell, how will that actually materialize? That is very important. That is another key element that we need to look at, because already we can say that, okay, the market has some potential to actually push down to this downside. So as you can see, we have broken out of there, which is breakout. So if this is some sort of a retest, then on NZD or on CAD JPY, this is what we will be looking at. So if CAD JPY is to actually be a sell, this is what I think will most probably happen on CAD JPY, because as you can see, correction move to the upside. We're already inside the structure, which is rejected over there. We have a small pattern again here, which we broke out. So if that's a true retest, then CAD JPY, we're looking for a third touch over here, right? So over here, and then another one over there. So that is most likely what I think will probably happen on CAD JPY. So let's move on now, guys, to GBPAUD. All right. So on GBPAUD, I was actually skeptical and reluctant to erase the analysis, right? So I'm just gonna quickly go over it so that we can all understand. So as you can see on GBPAUD, we have already reached the top floor of this building. So now I didn't want to complicate it more. This is why I have this. So we have approached that level correctively. So as you can see at the top, we had that first and that second touch already. So currently we're at this supporting trend line and we are currently at our third touch. So let's dig deeper to the 4-hour time frame for furthermore analysis as to what will probably happen over here. So it's a little bit tricky, guys, right? But the 90% rule of this, the 90% rule of this pattern, right? We have that first, second touch already. We have this first, second, and the third. So remember, guys, we are in a supporting trend line over here. But if you look at how the market is approaching this level, it's approaching it in an impulsive manner, all right? Which is the more chances or the likelihood that it will break it is or does exist in there. But at some point, the market can still push to the upside here, right? And go back there for a double top before it can actually sell to the downside. However, if it will continue with the selling momentum, this is how I think that will materialize, right? So I'm just waiting for it to play through. So if the market will actually go to the downside, and then I think it will probably create some sort of a correction over there that will actually go to the downside like that, which is completing that 90% rule of this overall pattern that the market has built already, right? However, if that does not happen, then the market could still give us a double bottom over here and actually go to the upside, right? So I'm possibly waiting for either one of two outcomes over here, right? So just comment down below, guys, if you're still looking at one of those currency pairs so that we can engage, man, and see and discuss this market that we are all looking at. So now let's move forward to Euro CHF. So again, guys, daily time frame, because we want to see what type of trend are we currently in, because it is the one that is going to help us understand what is it that the market is most likely to do, right? So here we have that low, all right? And then what I saw here is a bearish flag or a bearish trend, right? And also, like I said, we have that low over there and this overall over there, all right? And then we can also maybe perhaps put that on over there as well, meaning that impulse move, it can, if there's a correction, then the market could still potentially go to the upside like that. But if it doesn't, let's say maybe it breaks below, then give us a retest, then obviously know that it's headed for that low, right? But let's go to the 4-hour time frame so that we can get to understand what is it that's going on over there, right? So obviously now that we are inside this bearish trend, right? So we just fix the price here, guys. Nothing complicated. Fix the price, man. So as you can see, first, so we have these touches that were not filled, which is the gaps that were not filled. And then we have that third one over there. So here, it's very simple, guys, the way I say it. This is the point of interest, right? Or the focus point that we need to put our eyes on. Because you would understand that a reversal or a bearish trend, you know if the bearish trend has run out or it's at the end by means of a double bottom or an inverse head and shoulder. Meaning that if that is what is to happen, then we would definitely like to see Euro Swiss francs giving us that right shoulder that will actually tell us that the market does want to push the price to the upside. And that is what I think will happen on CATs, which is, this is the area that we need to focus on, right? Because if the market will buy, then that is where we are looking to long this market, guys. All right, possibly all the way until the day. That will be a result of the support level and also this gray one there, and also another right leg of the inverse head and shoulder. So for me, what I think will happen on Euro CHF is the possibility or the probability might probably with the buyers, but it all comes down to what is it that the market is going to do when it reaches this level over here. All right. So again, I'm not gonna dwell too much here as well on the 1 hour time frame because I feel like it's all clear here. But what I can just add here is the thing of the 90% rule, because impulse move, so we have this correction over here. So obviously the 90% rule of that pattern is to be reached at these areas over here, right? Hence, I'm saying that this is the level that we need to put our eyes on. Otherwise, for now, I think the market short term is going to be a sell. And then obviously when it reaches the 90% rule of that, it's going to start showing signs of actually wanting to go to the upside as a result of what could be an inverse head and shoulders. All right. So I hope that is clear and it actually makes sense. So now let's move to another pair, guys, which is GBP and ZD. It's GBP and ZD. So on GBP and ZD, guys, right, we have that overall high, but also need to respect that one over there. And then in overall, we have this correction that I see over here. And also we can have it like that. So as you can see, first touch, second and third one. Impulse move. So this is an impulse move. So this is a correction. So if the market is rejecting really or truly from that level, then you're looking for a third touch somewhere here, which is a possibility or the likelihood of the market being a sell, which is actually going to the downside, right? So now we're just going to quickly go to the 4 hour time frame and see what is it that is going on V. All right. So I'm not going to focus too much on what is going on here because it's not that important. So what I see here, we approached that trend line and that resistance correctively. As a result, the market ended up reversing to the downside. So now the 90% rule of this ascending channel, which is a reversal pattern, is there, right? So if the market is truly going to be a sell, how will that occur, right? So we need to start thinking now in probabilities. So if you look carefully here, the market has broken this level, and we might as well just consider maybe this one as another some sort of a level too, because if you look at this lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So if this is the level at which the market is going to retest it to, and then we're looking at the probability of GBP NZD being a short to that level, right? However, if that is not the level that we need to put our eyes on, then obviously we would like to see GBP NZD going back there, and then this is where we can possibly find what ourselves, which will most likely go here, or depending on what will happen, which is furthermore to the downside. So again, this is what I think will happen on GBP and ZD. All right. Again, let's move forward, guys, to AUDJPY. All right. I think it's probably the last one. Let me check. How far have we gone so far? All right. So let's just check how far have we gone. So, okay, we have 2 more pages that are left, right? Which is fine. So now that we're here, again, guys, this is what is going on here. all right, which is impulse move correction. But we need to put an eye on this level over there, because as you can see, we have rejected 3 times the, all right. So, and then also you can see that we have been trending to the outside, which is in higher highs and higher lows. So short term, I think if I can just quickly maybe remove this and remove that, just to keep it simple, then this is what we currently have, which is a consolidation. And then that level, which is 93.084, being our key level, right? And then another thing that I see here is a breakout out of a bullish continuation flag. So now let's just quickly come here. So now, okay, you can see here that we have this impulse move, this correction. So we have broken out, and to some extent we have reached the 90% rule of that pattern. But the level that is much more important here that we need to focus on is that one. Meaning that if the market is not gonna sell the short term, we'll have those buys in that form and then actually come back in for the sells. All right. So that is my anticipation on this pay, right? That's what I think will happen on AUDJPY. So at the moment, meaning that if that does not end up happening, guys, it could still drop from there, but you can see that the price is fixed at the moment and nothing is clear that is going on over here. So it's a matter of waiting, but that's the key level. Or if that is not going to get there, then it will just probably sell from that level over there, which is all the way to the downside. Yeah, guys, I think this is where I will just end the video. I hope you enjoyed and liked this one. Otherwise, I personally enjoyed making this video. So if you have anything that you want to request or you want to comment, you want to ask, just drop the comment down below in the comment section. Otherwise, thank you for watching up until the end. I'll most definitely see you guys on the next video. Peace out.